Okay, hi everyone, back here playing another Modern League. Sorry, I did slightly miss out on one day of uploading. Little bit of a mix up on my part where I just forgot to upload something, so I meant to pioneer video for the Friday, but it ended up being for the ended up being for the Saturday instead, so slightly behind. This is an interesting hand here. We're on the draw, so we do get to see an extra card potentially land. We don't have a Dried Arbor as a backup plan, but we do have Leyline. I think we can keep it. If it's something like Eldrazi-tron, we actually have a little bit of game. We'll start with our Leyline out and see what happens. It's sort of a risky hand because we do need to draw a land, and then Core's going to be vulnerable for a turn. But if we get past that, we'll be in a good spot. Alright, so it is Amulet Titan we are up against, and it seems like it's one of their slower hands, so as long as we don't brick, okay. We don't brick, which is nice. Alright, so hopefully Core doesn't die this turn. Alright, here comes the Amulet. Alright, so very slow turn for my opponent, but that's good for us. Let's lead on the Spider Umbra. Hopefully we don't draw basic forest. Alright, super punished. We'll go Sentinel's Eyes next because we can reoccur that from the grave. And okay, I guess I should have led on my Sentinel's Eyes, but live and learn, live and learn. Alright, this is the Tribe Scout. Looks like my opponent's hand is very awkward and clunky, and I guess he's drawn both the Tribe Scout and the Amulet, and that's why they've come out in a funky order like this. But it's very likely one more land and he's just able to go absolutely crazy. So we can actually just straight kill our opponent here. Yeah, that's not the one that has reach, so we'll just fly over the top and get the win. Yep. Oh, good. Alright, so against Amulet Titan, I take out the ley lines, and then I look to bring in the Force and the Dramoka's command, which are of course an answer for both his Amulet and his Druid. And against this deck, it's sort of hard on making board out decisions, because we kind of need the flying to win. We also need the totem armor, so I think I've been sort of taking out one Grispoon and bringing in 5 cards. So just continue with that. I don't want to really remove my Core or my Sentinel's Eyes. Maybe I can remove one Core instead of the Grispoon. That might be better. Yeah, can't keep this one. So get rid of that one. We will keep this one, and we'll bottom a Daybreak. Alright. So with our Misty, we're just going to go straight for because it's not Windswept Teeth, we can't get basic plains, and there's no point getting basic forest. It doesn't conserve us any life. That and our opponent's revealed Ghost Quarter as his first land, so you can destroy our lands if you so choose to do so. Hyena Umbra is a really good draw. Should help us continue our pressure. Yep, this is Dryad. I think they I was reading some Channel Fireball announcements about the new set, and they said that they changed the text on this a little bit, because they said that it's Dryad of the Sea Rogue, and it shouldn't be a nymph creature type. It's Dryad, it can't be both. It doesn't look like it's gone through yet on here. Maybe it was like a wacky article that didn't mean anything, but yeah. Okay, so he's going for his Summoner's Pact. And I'm guessing he's going to use all of this to get some Field of Rune tokens happening. I think he can only get one Field of Rune here. So like Field of Rune plus Radiant Fountain maybe? Yeah, so our opponent hasn't blown up our board here, but in case they did, we can always get Rancor back, redeploy Rancor Daybreak next turn and attack again. We did get the Totem Armor from what we drew. Oh wow. Well, we just go for the win here. We should have enough damage to at the top, or at the very least just decimate their board state. So yeah, Prime Time's going to have to block here, and that will still deal exactly 9, so he's got to block with both. Alright, he didn't get a Blast Zone, and he's taxed 4 mana on his upkeep. I mean, I think we just got this, right? We should just have this. Alright, good game, we got there. Yeah, I mean, those were the less scary amulet hands, I'd say. Obviously, I versed the deck a lot before, and it's just absolutely gone off, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that was a whole bunch of inconsistency, I'd say. Alrighty. Won the die roll. We'll keep this. We do need to draw a second land source though, but we do have a lot of we are able to attack against pretty much anything that's not playing Icefang Puddle. Against Icefang Puddle though, we're in really bad shape. Alright, looks like it's just Amulet Titan again. I'm not sure if it's the same player. I didn't pay attention to the name. I think it's a different one. Alright, so let's... blanking on land there is really annoying. So he didn't choose to block that then, which is interesting. Normally they do block it. If he's got explosives, surely it's better to just block it, because his explosives will blow up his own 1-drop, and then he's just mitigated 3 damage. Alright, there's the Dryad of Grossness. We're pretty much never going to get a chance to attack with this core here unless we draw land 2 turns in a row. I'm talking about if they blow up our board state here. It's going to copy Field of the Dead, I guess, or maybe Temple Garden. We will see. Yep, it's copied Temple Garden. Getting those different land types happening. Alright, well, we've blanked on land drop 2 turns in a row. On the plus side, we can just attack in the air here. And worst case scenario, we get 1 damage through. Yep, so our opponent's got to block now. Wargate. So I guess he's getting Summoner's Pact here and setting up for next turn. A permanent card. It must just be explosives he's searching for. He's just got Valakor. Okay, that makes sense. So if we draw land here, we can just stop his Valakor triggers from dealing us lethal. Oh, we got Leyline out, so that doesn't even matter. Wouldn't he want to go Field of Ruin though, if we've got Leyline out? Doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. Because he's going to have to start dealing damage to himself or his own creatures with that Valakor. Because he doesn't have any legal targets on our side of the board. Alright, well we're just drawing absolutely blank. We do currently have a quicker clock than our opponent though. It would be really good just to deploy a Daybreak and finish the job off. Another Wargate. I'm guessing this one's getting... Oh, he already had a Field of Dead, that's why. Why is he getting a second Valakor? That seems silly. Does he realise he can't target me? His option is either kill his own Dryad or deal 6 damage to himself, or 3 to Dryad, 3 to himself. I mean, he just mustn't have read Leyline, right? I didn't update my thingy.
I can learn.
Alright, so we got game 1. And alright, well after that we are up to 60% win rate, which is nice. Hopefully we can keep this going. Alright, so as we did last game, we'll take out the Leylines, we'll bring in the Force of Vigors, and we'll bring in 2 Dramoka's Command, and remove 1 Core Spirit Dancer. We'll leave the Griffspoon in this time. I think it's slightly better. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll keep this little boot camp thing going, along with the win rate tracking for maybe about 50 games or something, and then I might look at changing the list. We did get a new creature spoiled, which is interesting, and I'm just sort of trying to search it up while I wait for my opponent to make decisions. Ooh, we don't have a green card for Force of Vigor, but this hand is very tempting. Very tempting indeed. I think we can risk it. Alright, opponent's just going land go, bring full go. Alright, well you do draw a land. I'm going to lead on Windswept Heath here, although it does turn us off of our Dried Arbor, which could be a mistake. I thought I yielded to my end step. Why is it making me fetch if I yielded to his end step? Alright, we have seen Steve here. Alright, let's deploy our core Spirit Dancer and pass the turn. So if core survives here, we can just attack for a lot. Get a lot of draws as well. If not, we pretty well lose. Okay, so a slow Primeval Titan by the looks of things is my opponent's game plan. He's only got one card left in hand. Maybe he's just looking for the relevant creature as well, looking for a Summoner's Pack. Alright, let's lead on our Sentinel's Eyes here. Okay, Bogles not really that useful, but if the board does get wiped, it will be good to reset with. We do get the Daybreak for next time. Actually, also the Boggle can be pitched to the Force of Vigor here too. It's an important thing to keep in mind. Alright, so the opponent's just going to chump block with the Boreal Grazer here. And after that, he doesn't have another one to block with. Well, Primetime's not going to do it on its own. And if we draw any one aura here, we have lethal. Unless that aura is Daybreak Coronet. Because we don't have... Oh wait, no, we do have... We've got a Horizon Canopy to cast it with, so... Any aura, and we have lethal damage here. I didn't see the Horizon Canopy in hand, I only saw the forest with its full artness. Smacking me in the face. Alright. So it's still his turn. I'll just skip that through. Yep, so we'll cast the Daybreak here. Opponent's 0 cards in hand at the moment. Okay, well that's not Daybreak, but it's pretty good. Alright, so 1/1 counter on our creature and it can fight the Primetime. Attack for 15 and that should be... Even if our opponent explosives here, we can still get Griffspoon back from the graveyard. Alright, so that was a different opponent and that was another win against Eldrazi-Tron. Oh, sorry, against Amulet Titan, pardon me. Titan decks, 3. Win rate. I think I did my maths slightly wrong. It says I'm at 59 now. 13, yeah, okay. So I did my maths slightly wrong before. And we are at 59 right now. Okay, so now that I'm not holding my opponent's time up, The card we got was Luris the Dream Den. This was posted to one of the Facebook groups by a different member, and it's interesting. It's a companion card, so each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost of 2 or less, is the condition to play it as a companion. And what that means is this card will be, if you choose to have this as a companion card, it will be in your sideboard. You would only be running it as a one-of, and you wouldn't be running Leyline of Sanctity in the main deck. You might actually be running it in the sideboard. I have to check the fine print on that, but on what I was reading, it didn't really clarify whether or not you could have permanent cards with 4 or greater in your sideboard. It will not affect Force of Vigor because that's not a permanent card. But yeah, obviously, if your opponent does some sort of a board wipe, or just even, you know, an Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay on one of your enchantments, during your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost of 2 or less from your graveyard. So you cast this, it resolves, you maintain your priority, you then cast your aura spell. That aura spell could either be going on a different creature which is already on the battlefield, or it could just be going on this after a full reset. So you'd, let's say your opponent's cast like an All Is Dust or something, a Supreme Verdict. You can then play this creature, put an aura on it. Preferably you'd put on like a totem armor aura or something, just to give it that protection. And then on the next turn you can look at picking up something like a First Strike, Hyena Umbra, Ethereal Armor, Daybreak Coronet, all of that, maybe flying. But yeah, it's pretty interesting card, and I think its effect is pretty powerful, and at the cost of 1 sideboard slot, I think it's pretty worth it. Obviously playtesting is a thing, and if it completely switches us, like if we can't run Leyline of Sanctity in the sideboard, then it's going to be pretty bad. It says in your starting deck. I don't know if starting deck refers to sideboard cards or not. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. That is all we got from the set. We got some rubbish aura, which allows us to assign combat damage equal to toughness rather than power, and I'm just like, wow, great. Thanks so much for doing that, guys. You couldn't just give us like a flash First Strike aura, like a flash 1/1 First Strike aura. You had to give us some wacky crap which we can't actually put in our deck, so that's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. At least if we got like a flash aura that was playable, we'd be able to like Core Spirit Dancer attack into an Ensnaring Bridge and then instant speed buff our creature so we get in 3 damage. But you know, we can't do that, not with an unplayable aura, so you know, it happens, whatever. Alright, well, we can't keep this. We are on the play though, which is nice. If we choose to keep this, it's a pretty high upside, this hand. Alright, let's keep this. Let's bottom a Windswept Heath, and then we're 1 aura off, 1 land off of being able to cast Daybreak. Oh wait, oh my god. I bottomed the wrong wrong land. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, well that was really, really bad. Alright, awkward as anything. Our opponent now knows what we're on as well. It's just half tempting not even to cast the Leyline. Just leave it in my hand. Yikes. Alright, I'm trying my best to tank this game in this league, obviously. Hopefully Leyline's just good enough here that it gets us to a creature. Alright, second main, shuffle the Arid Mesa, or fetch the Arid Mesa. Stomping Ground. Wild Nikachu, yep. Looks like some sort of zoo deck, so we will need to get a creature here. It could be like the deck we versed previously that was running Gorkland Rampager in one of the other leagues. Could be something similar to that. Either way, leaving ourselves high and dry without a creature is really bad here. If we had Dryad Arbor, we'd definitely have game against a Wild Nikachu deck, so this is super frustrating. I misplayed that badly. Just clicked the wrong card. Burning Tree, sure thing. I'm just gonna 6 through the turn. Reckless Bushwhacker. Alright, so we're taking a lot of damage here. Alright, let's just concede. We missed our creature and like we're just not getting there right. Alright, let's remove these ley lines. Is there anything even that we want against this deck? Maybe Leyline just stays in, actually. We could get creature removal here, which would be pretty good, I suppose. And then a suppression field, which would make his... both his fetches and our fetches, but his Gorkland Rampager will cost more. So I think we just go for that. Yikes. It feels really bad giving away the first game like that. We probably had to win that game if we didn't punt it like that. Okay, so this hand, we are missing an aura. We do have a Horizon Canopy to help cycle us, though. I think I want to... And we have a Core Spirit Dancer, so... no, it's pretty bad. I mean, like, we could get there, it's just really not very good. Alright, this one will do. Get rid of Grisburn, get rid of a Scout, and we'll just keep this. Draw land, Daybreak, and win. Or even draw land, Sentinel's Eyes would be good. Just so we can hold up a massive army which is attacking. Alright, step 1, we got there. Let's play around Enchantment Destruction a little bit here. We'll keep our first strike and incentivize them to blow up the Grisburn. Grisburn, so then they can trade for the Rancor. That's if they've got Enchantment Destruction they want to play at sorcery speed, like an ETB effect, but I think most of them are 3 mana, like your Reclamation Sages. Oh man, they do like the foil effect on the static card, but oh no, you zoom in and it is there. Never mind. What's this one do? Hidden Herbalist. When it enters the battlefield, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, add 2 green. Okay, so it's a secondary Burning Tree Emissary. Alright, Hyena Umbra, so we are 1 aura, no, we just have our opponent on a 2-turn clock here. Obviously he could just spew a bunch of creatures out and beat us here, but let's just go for it. It's not like we're stalling to a daybreak or anything. Okay, well that was just enough. That gets us the game there. Yeah, I must say I'm pretty scared when I don't have my daybreak in the match up here. Quite a scary feeling. So dream hand here, this is not it. I think on the draw claw spirit dance is just going to be a little bit too slow. That, and we don't have daybreak. Alright, so this is looking much better. What do we want to ditch? Do we just ditch the Dramoka's command? Possibly. Because we just have to survive until we play out our daybreak and then we're good, right? Yeah, I think it's just ditch the Dramoka's command. It's a little bit clunky, having to pay 2 mana, and we'll be wanting to cast this on the same turn. We'll be wanting to cast our daybreak anyway. Daybreak's obviously just the stronger effect. If we bottom the Griff's Boom, we don't have evasiveness to fly over the top. He could just then do stuff. If we bottom the Spider Umbra, sort of the same thing. We don't want to leave ourselves in a position where they can turn 3 like a Rex Sage, blow up our 1 aura, and then Daybreak falls off for free. Like, that feels super bad. Alright, so just waiting on our opponent here. Okay, so we will keep this. Goodbye Dramokas. As much as I want to play the card, it's, you know, not playable in this instance. Wow, he's saving the damage. Okay. Could be like an Icon of the Great Revel that we're versing here. I can't imagine his deck's playing Blood Moon. It's way too mana greedy with having 3 sources. Alright, hope we don't get pyroclasmed. That would stink. Okay. Hidden Herbalist is fine. Burning Tree, and then he's probably going to go Reckless Bushwhacker. Okay, no Reckless Bushwhacker. This is scary though, the amount of damage our opponents just put on the board. It's taking 1 damage off this Windswept Heath, going to be game costing. 6. If he had the Reckless Bushwhacker, he would have just played it. I don't think we have to worry about that. He's only got 6 damage on the board currently. If he had Gore Clan, it would add another 4, which would take him up to 10. I think we can get a little bit greedy and fetch. I think we can also be greedy and attack. Would feel super bad if he like force vigored that attack though and just blocked and blew us out. That would have been really bad. I mean, even if we don't attack there though, he just force vigors our Grispin and our Spider Umbra when we play our Daybreak, and then just does the exact same thing. Alright, Thali is fine. That card is not an issue because we have the third land in our hands. Oh, Rancor is a very nice draw. Hopefully we do not get... Oh, actually, our opponent can't use Nature's Claim here because he's got Thalia out, which is interrupting it. So, this should be pretty strong here. Attack for 6, gain 6, which is all the damage that our opponent dealt to us last turn. And then Rancor next turn will be lethal. This will be interesting if he... No, okay. If he like shocked in a green source and then realized he wasn't able to cast Nature's Claim, that would have been quite interesting. His Thalia would have been an absolute blowout on turn 2 as well. I think if he had the option between playing these 3 creatures or playing Thalia, I would have gone for Thalia on turn 2. Because he could do these 3 creatures, plus if he draws a Bushwhacker on turn 4 and just on turn 3, his turn 3, pardon me, and then just kill us. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus another 5. He would have attacked for 15, which is almost us dead. Well, I do think we just have this game. I don't want to do anything reckless like block and then he destroys our enchantment and then we're in a very awkward place. So I think I'll just, unless he goes like empties his hand with Burning Tree Bushwhacker combo, then I think I'm just gonna let the damage happen, play the right and kill him, because there's no reason to let ourselves get blown out, right? Alright. Oh wow, that's a good draw. I think I want to go for the Rancor here in case he does destroy our enchantment. We'll then still be able to Daybreak and trample some damage over the top, so no matter what he chooses to destroy, we get more value here. We have like a first striking creature or we have a flying creature, and he can't remove both of those attributes. Where if we play the Ethereal Armor there, he just removes the flying. He can chump block on the ground. He doesn't take any damage. Maybe he draws some more enchantment destruction, and then gets us that way. But any way you look at it, we're in a really good spot to win this game. Ataka's command, so we can't gain life, and his creatures get reach. That's not bad. Okay, well, we do have Totem Armor, which is nice. But we'll sort of want to probably get rid of his Thalia first. We have 8 damage, so we'll deal 6, 8, and then he'll just be left with the Narcum Renegade, which I think is fine. And then post-combat, we can play Ethereal Armor. Or we can hold Ethereal Armor to play core Ethereal Armor. Alright. That's good enough. We got there. So that's 3 in a row. That's pretty nice. Not complaining there. Alright, and we are now up to 60.8%, so we'll just call that a 61. It's been a yeah, pretty good showing so far for the deck. Pretty good showing. I think our opponent with the Creature Spew deck there, he definitely had some... He didn't have like his monster hands against us, we'll say that much. He sort of just had more medium hands that just weren't quite good enough, right? And Hexproof, Lifelink, Vigilance, all very good against his deck. Tarka's Command's an interesting one as well. If we have Leyline of Sanctity out, it doesn't actually stop it from dealing us 3 damage because its text is each opponent gets dealt 3 damage. Back in the days when Burn was Naya and not Boros, and they used to play a Tarka's Command, they used to have hands where they could, if they had a creature heavy hand and you had Leyline out, they'd attack with like 3 creatures, let's say, 2 Swift Spears and a Goblin Guide, and then they'd cast a Tarka's Command, give their creatures 2/2, so then all of a sudden they're attacking for 9, and they deal us 3 damage from the other mode on the card, and they deal 12 damage to us off of a hand with 3 creatures, and we don't have Leyline, so they can just like straight kill us that way. But thankfully that's not something we have to worry about anymore. Okay, so this doesn't have a green source. We are on the play as well. Alright, we'll get rid of it. We'll keep this one. We'll probably ditch the core Spirit Dancer here. And I might lead on the Horizon Canopy in case my opponent is Ponza. Opponent reciprocated our Good Luck Have Fun, which is always nice. And they also mulliganed. They're down to 4. Wow. Alright, well let's continue with our same game plan. There's no need to look for it, especially because their hand is going to be way less aggressive than what it otherwise was. Okay, we are versing humans. It's going to be really bad if he kite sails this turn and takes our Daybreak, or if he names it with Meddling Mage. It's going to be really annoying. We do have Horizon Canopies to help us draw other auras though. But yeah, this is mull to 4 and no creature on turn 1. It's not necessarily, we don't just auto win this. There's a lot that can go wrong, especially because we don't have first strike in our hand, like playable this turn. If this Daybreak gets stripped away, then we're in a lot of trouble. Yep, there's the Meddling Mage. No, there's the Thalia. Thalia is fine. Okay, we are fine. Crisis averted. Cool. So against humans, we probably want these Dromoka's Command. And other than that, I guess either Suppression Field or Force of Vigor. We don't have Path to Exile, which is sort of annoying. Okay, stop doing that stupid program. So each of these only interacting with... Yeah, no matter what we brought in here, it's only going to interact with Ether Vial because he doesn't have fetch lands. He doesn't have activated abilities on his creatures. So I guess Force of Vigor deals less damage to us, where Suppression Field can turn off our fetch lands, turn off our Sentinel's Eyes, our Grist Spoons, and in the eyes of Dyssynergy, maybe we just leave in one Leyline and chance it. Getting Ether Vial would be pretty good though. These decks normally excel when they put out 2 creatures a turn. Alright, we'll go the Force of Vigor. I think it's better. Alright, we'll keep this as well. This is a perfectly good hand. We've got a redundant Boggle to cast to our Force of Vigor. Alright, looks like our opponent has Noble Hierarch instead of Ether Vial. So Force of Vigor is likely to do nothing this game. Alright, it's Thalia. It's not the end of the world. Let's fetch and thin our deck because we're going to some orders here. We draw our third lands drop as well. Alright, so we'll cast this, and obviously we can't attack here. Alright, goodbye Daybreak Coronet. We are now entering hard mode. We might as well just cast this Slippery Boggle now. If we don't draw anything, we just go Boggle, Core Spirit Dancer, and we can't really attack. Alright, goodbye Core Spirit Dancer as well. Man, this is really rough. Alright, we need to draw a Daybreak pretty quickly here. That's not bad. The good news is he hasn't Meddling Mage Daybreak Coronet yet, so we can just draw that and still win. Bad news is we don't have any first strike yet to block with, and opponent's representing a very quick clock. That's a good draw. It's pretty awkward though, because now Meddling Mage is a 3/3. And we're still not in a position to attack. We might just have to put a 1/1 counter on our creature and have no other mode for it. Maybe we can get lucky and block Athalia's Lieutenant if he tries to go wide. Mantis Rider is annoying, so we'll flip the heck. Alright, let's put a 1/1 counter on our scout and kill the Thalia's Lieutenant here. We've finally drawn first strike, but it's far too little, far too late, because Opponent's on 18, we're on 5, he has 5 flying. Okay, so they got us there that game. Sideboard wise, I don't really want to change anything, I don't think. Yeah. Like, Leyline can kind of interact with his Kite Sail Freebooter, but that's all it does. I guess it also buffs our Ethereal Armor, but Force of Vigor sort of stops our opponent from being super, super aggressive. So this hand isn't too bad, but we do need to draw land, and it's very weak to Thalia. I think we can do better. Alright, this looks better to me. We'll keep this. We'll get rid of the Core Spirit Dancer. Jamoka's command's kind of dead, but we might draw something to turn it on. Also, we might draw our Force of Vigor. And then we can just temper our opponent a little bit there. This is a very difficult matchup, particularly when you don't have a Torpor Orb or Hushbringer effect in your sideboard. Alright, that's a really nice draw. We get a very aggressive attack here, and then we get to destroy whatever he plays, or cast Daybreak and attack for a lot. So yeah, this is looking pretty good here. All of a sudden just drawing an Ethereal Armor and the entire hand just swings around to being playable. So that would be a Champion of the Parish, I'm guessing. And then he's going to hardcast something. A Noble Hierarch. So hardcast Thalia's Lieutenant then. Kite Sail Freebooter. We do get to kill the Kite Sail. I don't know why I didn't wait until end step to do the Noble Hierarch. He's obviously going to take the Daybreak Coronet here and try to tempo us. Unless he's got like Deputy in hand, but I still think he wants to just get rid of this Daybreak Coronet and make us consume 2 mana and then somehow deal with him answering Daybreak in the subsequent turn. Alright, so 1/1 counter, our creature fights their creature. Okay, not too bad. We've got him down to 9 as well, so we're getting close to threatening lethal. Knight of Autumn, probably going to take out this Ethereal Armor, which is actually okay as long as he doesn't Violin Thalia. That doesn't even matter. Okay. Well, this is fine. Has he got Phantasmal Image? That's a massive blowout. Oh my god. Alright, well, well played to our opponent there. So here we can attack and trade 2 for 1. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just want to chill for a bit, see if we draw another aura. Thankfully, it was a Rancor there and not like a Hyena Umbra, which wouldn't return. But yeah, that's a bit rough. Here, we can't block the Champion of Parish, because if he vials in another human... Oh, that and... Well, I thought he was just going to attack with everything, but okay, that's fine. So yeah, here if we have like a Torpor Orb out, I mean, we absolutely... Like, these Knight of Orbs do nothing. This Champion of the Parish never grows. This Senior Lieutenant doesn't put anything down. His hand does nothing if we have a Torpor Orb out. Absolutely nothing. And if you are sideboarding just for humans, you do want Torpor Orb over Hushbringer, because Hushbringer does Dismember, which is a card that this deck has been playing since Amulet Titan got big. So we will sack our Horizon to draw an Aura. Well, that's just annoying. We can't attack. Oh, this is frustrating. Really frustrating. Meddling Mage, goodbye Daybreak Coronet. Yikes, so now we need Ethereal Armor. Double Ethereal Armor might do it. Chump block the Champion of the Parish attack. Alright, well, we didn't draw anything, so I'm pretty sure he's dead here. Alright, our opponent's interaction was just too good. There was no real way that we could have sequenced the second Night of Autumn / Phantasmal Image, so that we could have won that. Or not got blown out by it. If we wait till our end step, they just do it. That, or they just leave Vial on 2, and they sit there ready to blow us out at any given moment. So yeah, that was sort of frustrating. We were in a pretty good spot that game, and then Night of Autumn plus Phantasmal Image off a Vial on 2 was just, you know, two enchantment destruction effects in one turn, just completely destroyed any sort of tempo that we had. We didn't have a Sentinel's Eyes for Vigilance. We didn't have a second source of First Strike. We just started drawing absolutely garbage. Just lands and that Boggle at the end there. Yeah, that's that one hurts a little bit. Alright, so that drops us down to a 58.3 win rate. If we finish this as a 4-1 though, our win rate should go back up to 60. Be pretty nice. Or close to. Alright, yeah, let's keep this. I'm all about this hand. On the draw, this seems very good. Alright, and our opponent is Ponza. Alright, let's not deal ourselves any unnecessary damage here. He's either Ponza or he's Super Friends. We will see. But we could very realistically just get Blood Mooned here, or Magus of the Moon, which is what we're doing instead at the moment. Fingers crossed. Alright, Bone Crusher's fine. We can deal with that one. So he didn't do that. He didn't pillage either. We drew a Hyena Umbra, so that's good. So we're going to attack now. we resolve Daybreak, we're in a very good spot. He could just Bloodbraid and Cascade into a Magus of the Moon though. Pillage is fine. We've got the land. That is absolutely fine. Alright, so we are in a really good position to win game 1 here. I can't see how it's going wrong after resolving Daybreak. So, we'll see. We'll attack for 7. If he has a way to deal with our enchantments on board, maybe. Okay. That's just game. Alright. So against Ponza, we decided Force of Vigor is bad because they aren't running Blood Moon anymore, and Suppression Field is good. So we probably want to remove a Core, remove a Grispoon, and that will do for our sideboarding. Suppression Field, very, very good. It stops his Arbor Elf activation, and it stops his fetch lands, which he's running a lot of. And Dromoka's command will obviously answer Magus of the Moon. So yeah, if you know with that companion card, if your sideboard cards count towards your starting deck cards, and whether or not siding in a Leyline of Sanctity will stop you from being able to companion that card game 2. I'd be really curious to find out if anyone's actually put the time in to discover that themselves. Just comment down below and I'd love to hear that. If not, we've got a pretty strong sideboard addition, I feel. Just, yeah, a creature that returns an aura every turn gives us so much reach. So much reach. So much so that I might just move Leyline to the sideboard when it comes out and just maybe run some more Cartouche in the main. Maybe run some of our removal or our suppression fields in the main. Yeah, I'm very excited about that though. Okay, so this does not have a creature and it has 3 Rancors and no other auras. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, this one is good. Weak to land destruction, weak to Blood Moon, but we've got a creature, we've got auras, we've got Daybreak. Let's just run it. Hopefully. If not, there's always game 3. No point keeping the Dryad Arbor there because it will end up tapping for red if he does resolve the moon effect. Well, Anger of the Gods, we can beat that. It's annoying, but we can beat it. Chandra. Yikes. I am so glad that card is exiled right now. Another really good reason to bring in Dromoka's command instead of Force of Vigor is it actually makes our opponent sacrifice this card, which is otherwise indestructible. We could cycle a fetch land here, sorry, Horizon Canopy here. I think it is the correct move. We are drawing pretty dead so far though. If we get rid of this second Horizon Canopy, we're switched off Daybreak Coronet, which is sad. Glorybringer, that is aggressive. I think if we do this, it will force us to put a counter on our opponent's creature, which seems really bad. Well, we do have a creature, and we can go in on this creature, so let's do that. Although this is going to be really awkward, because our opponent can both Chandra, -3, and exert the Glorybringer. But that will eat an entire turn of our opponent's to do so, and maybe we draw another creature in the meantime. Okay, he's just plus the Chandra. That's good for us. Maybe he's got Glorybringer Exert plus another Anger of the Gods. Lightning Bolt, okay. Our opponent got there that game. The Daybreak would have just killed him next turn, and we could have gone Rancor plus Daybreak. So yeah, let's maybe remove one Grist Spoon and add an extra Core Spirit Dancer in, actually. Having seen the Anger of the Gods, it just feels nice having an extra creature to potentially reset on. Crab of Doom. 1 land, 2 creatures. We have the Daybreak, which is really nice. This is super weak to Blood Moon, though. Look for better. This is not better. Alright, well, we're just mulling into Oblivion here. This will do bottom 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are at the mercy of our opponent's deck here and have no play around. It was such a sequence of terrible hands. No landers, no creatures. And then our only land was a Dryad Arbor, which is absolutely awful. Holy cow. Alright, we've got some play around Blood Moon now, at least. Did our opponent blank on a land drop? I don't think we want to crack this. Well, that really makes me wish that I did. So we can definitely crack 1 here. And I think we can crack 1 for a Plains, and that will reshuffle our library as well. Well, I think we just switch ourselves off of green here. Although if we keep green, we can go Dramoka's Command. Okay, that switches us off Daybreak Coronet, but turns on Dramoka's Command and Rancor and Spider Umbra. So I think it's worth it. Now if we draw Dramoka's Command, we can kill his Magus and remove his Utopia Sprawl. Assuming that our opponent doesn't just pillage our white source here. Hopefully it's just a Chandra. Pillage would be very, very bad. Excellent. Just a blood braid. Okay. Utopia Sprawl, that's fine. Whew. Whew. Dodging a bullet here. Hey, Trample. That is a fantastic draw. So we mod to 3 here, but the top of our library is helping us out a lot. And those 2 fetch lands getting us onto our basics, really, really helpful also. Alright, so he's switching himself off Blood Moon here. I don't know if this is smart or if he's realized what Trample does or realizes we have First Strike. Maybe he's just tilted. That doesn't seem very good to me, throwing away all of that. Maybe he thought his 5 power would get us and didn't realize we had First Strike plus Totem Armor. I don't know. Yeah. This game is looking pretty good. So our opponent didn't realize that we had First Strike, but I told him to look out for Totem Armor too, because both would have, yeah, both would have got him. So obviously, this is an opponent that hasn't played against Bogles very much. Which seems to be playing to our advantage here. So Pillage will take out our Razorverge Thicket. It might just take out a Plains if he's looking to cast. So this switches us off of Daybreak Coronet only. Alright, well, is switched us off the 1 aura we drew. Well played to our opponent. We can put him to 1 here. Yep. So I think we're still good. He needs to put together another 5 toughness and also deal with our Boggle somehow. So this will add 4 toughness. I wonder what he's discarded. Glory Bringer and Lightning Bolt. He still needs another toughness to not just lose this turn though. If that's an Arbor Elf, it'll be okay. Okay, 3rd Utopia Sprawl. I almost think he needs to diversify his Utopia Sprawls to green now. Alright, so we should just have lethal here. If he Nature's Claims our First Strike, it's going to be really bad for us. Because then we'll only have 4 damage. So we want to take out his Pyromancer and his Bloodbraid Elf first, and then leave him with the elemental tokens. Alright, so we got there. 1. Pretty good showing for the deck. Puts us up to 15 wins and 10 losses, which is pretty good. So we're halfway through the series now, and we are on exactly a 60% win rate. Obviously I'd like to see it a little higher, but this should just show everyone that with the deck you can at least go even. Going at 60% means that you don't have to pour more money into it to enter events continuously. So if the deck can go even, it's very, very much something that you can look at investing in and playing online and having it be a self-sustaining thing. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know down below if you did, and we'll see you next time for the next one.